as an option. Maybe you could take the train to close by states.
Ride a bike, not the electricity bike, just an old-fashioned bike.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to our channel. And this episode is a little bit more different because we'll be completing this whole episode in full English.
In full English, as promised from the last episode a month ago.
Yeah, and we do apologize for having so long of a time frame delay for us to have an episode out due to our normal lives. A little bit different.
Yeah, we're still trying to get used to how to jiggling between work and then gym and then this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do apologize, and let's get back to our episode.
Sure.
Welcome back to our channel, Up Anything. My name is Small Potato.
I am Kaka. And not the poo-poo Kaka, okay? Just Kaka, okay?
Alright. So this episode, what will we be talking about?
We're gonna talk about air pollution. And guess what? Why? Because
air pollution? I thought it was wildfire.
Well, it kind of ties to air pollution, right?
Okay.
Anyways, we wanted to talk about this in this episode. Oh my god, I'm sorry for my English. As everyone know, English is my second language. It's not my first language. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
So bear with me. But so in the past week, it's a lot of wildfires in Canada and Jersey, right? You said.
Yep, Jersey.
And then all these smoke are blowing to New York City, and it was the worst air I've ever seen.
Yes.
In New York City, the sky, it's yellow. It almost feels like you're putting a filter when you take vintage photo.
Yep, correct. So it hasn't happened ever before, even though the quality was to the point where it looks like a video game. I'm not sure if you are familiarized with the Diablo game.
Oh, no.
RPG.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so someone took a photo and it has one of those so-called advertisement. It says welcome to
the hell, New York.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it was a meme.
Yeah, and that meme was actually a few days after that release of that game. So it was June 6th. It was, I think, the release.
Yeah, it was
and
the
then
same day
it happened. It happened even worse after that. So let's bring it back to.
Well, hold on. Okay. I want to make sure. I thought it was a meme, but is that an actual advertisement?
It's an actual advertisement. Diablo came out.
We should try to find that picture and then put it on the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the worst out of the whole time that we're here, both of us, as you know, we weren't born here.
Mm-hmm.
So even Kaka, she came 20-some years ago.
Yeah.
Give or take 20-some years ago. And myself, I'm not born here. So give or take 35 years? 35, 30, 34 years. So think about during this time frame that we're here, we haven't seen anything like this. It's really crazy. So like you said, due to the pollution and all that, that's what's happening.
Yeah, because on that day I actually went to work, and then it was crazy. I remember it was around lunchtime, and then I went out with a colleague, and then I put my mask on, and I immediately, as soon as I stepped out from the building, I immediately felt the burning sensation in my eyes, and my throat was really dry and irritated, and that's how I feel oh wow. And everyone's taking pictures because it really felt like I was in a disaster movie or Day After Tomorrow, that kind of thing, which is so bizarre, for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So think about it. Even Kaka was saying, with her mask on, she was feeling all the effects of it. Imagine the normal people that's going to work without a mask that day. How crazy, how much worse or how much pollution was in the air during that time with the ashes and everything, smoke. engulfing the whole New York.
Yeah, I remember like my office was handing out like face masks for everyone just because of the air pollution. And I remember the level for that air pollution on that day was as high as more than 400, which is crazy. Like I think 500 is like the max or something. So 400 is like very bad for your health.
Yep. And I remember the worst time, the most critical point, I believe it was around 2 something, 3 something. Because when I stepped out of the office, just to take a stroll, get my eyes off the computer, and I saw the outside was already orange. Looked like a sunset. Looks like a sunset at 3 something. That was not normal.
They did set like at 3 p.m. It was like the worst air pollution in the world. Not in the city, just in the world. It was like the worst one. And then that was crazy, like, because I think at that day the temperature degree wise it was like 75 or something, but when I went out it was cold. It was like chilly with the wind blow, because you know, like when there's like so much smoke and then so much cloud on top, like the sun is not, you know, able to like, you know, penetrate through the cloud. And then it was just like cold. But yeah, and guess what, on that day I left my windows open. How stupid, right? Oh my god. So yeah, so after like we went out for the whole night too, because I had an event at work, and then Small Potato came, and it was the worst day that you guys came because, you know, on that day, my office, it's at what, like 47th floor. And at that high floor already, like you can't really see much. And usually it has a good view, but the day you guys came was not a great view because all the sand and dust and like whatnot, it's just like blocking everything. Yeah, so when we got home, it was just like, it smells smoky. You can definitely smell the smoke in the apartment, which is bad. You know?
Because it was lingering around because we had the windows open. So imagine it's been in the room for so long, so everything's within our, you know, furniture, anything you can imagine, clothes that was laying around, even our curtains would have the smoke in there. And even till today, we're just wiping down a few of our stuff, and we saw
yellow.
We saw the ashes hanging around on our TV.
Actually, I couldn't really sleep that night because it was like very irritating. Like the smoke was very irritating to my throat, and then like next morning I had to like vacuum everything and wipe everything. And then I remember getting the air purifier the day before, actually the day on where the worst air pollution was, but you know, I had to wait for the shipping. And then the next day on the news, it did said that air purifier, it's sold out everywhere. So, you know, good luck guys. So my air purifier came in yesterday. What do you think about it? Because I think a lot of people were just kind of like debating, you know, is it actually working? Did it really help? You know, or was it more like a placebo effect? What do you think?
Okay, let's get off that topic and talk about the purifier. All right, so the purifier, in my opinions, it does help. I do feel that it does, you know, purify the air, makes it a little bit better. You know, of course you can't say 100% because, you know, nothing is 100%, but it is better when you breathe in the air quality, so-called inside the house, when we use the air purifier. It is a little bit more crisp, as in
more fresh.
More fresh. A little bit more cooling.
It felt like you're in the office with the AC on, but you don't have the AC on, because you know, like a lot of office building, they have the central AC with the purifier on. So that's kind of how I felt. I think it's helpful if you have like allergy reaction, because I remember the next day after the worst air pollution day, I had like stuffy nose, like congestion in here. So I turned on yesterday for the whole day, and it actually helped. So I don't know if it's a placebo effect or whatever, but I think like because on the news it did say that, you know, like these wildfires it's just started, the season just started, so like, you know, expect to close your window, I guess, you know, for some time when it happens again. And when that happens, when your windows are closed, I think it's better to have your air purifier turned on.
Yeah.
And we kind of live by the, like, next to the railroad, so it's actually better that we have it, because it does generate like a lot of dust in there.
Yep.
Anyway, so back to the air pollution, wildfires / you know, that topic.
All right. So what do you think would, so-called, since you're talking about air pollution and pollution in general regarding that, what do you think would be a helpful thing to better so-called the air pollution, or better the environment, since it's talking about pollution? So I'm assuming air pollution would come into play with helping the environment. How we can, you know, help the environment to lessen this pollution?
I guess turn off any electricity when you're not in use, or like, especially in the summer, I feel like a lot of people just blasting on the AC.
Yep.
But you know, that actually generates a lot of like air pollution in there. So I guess only use it when it's really necessary. I know a lot of people don't agree, but like, I feel like you can turn your fan on, or like if it's really necessary, then you turn it on. Actually, New York City just passed a law for that, you know, as a resident in Queens at least. Actually, I think it's the whole thing. It's a whole New York City, but Queens started already that like you have to mandate. You can actually, oh my god, I can't speak. So it is mandated that you have to decompose your food waste, and that's a good thing. Do you know what decomposed food meaning is?
No. Can you explain to our viewers?
Sure, I will try. Our last company did that. Basically, you, like any raw food, like it could be like a banana peel, orange peel, or like a leftover food, you just put it in a separate bin when you throw out the trash, and that goes to food decomposing process, and it actually helps to, you know, basically it's taken into the process of making that food waste and I don't know how they work, but like it'll transform into a fertilizer for plants and other you know, trees, farms type of thing. And it can also like provide like an alternative form of energy by reducing, like, you know, the gas that we don't need. So it's pretty good. The city is doing something.
So let's go back to the one way you're saying put it in a separate bin and all that. So the usual, you know, the now and then, you know, the cheat days that we have, like I wouldn't want to say that company of the fast food, junk food that we buy after gym. We do see it in there already. There is a food decomposed bin, and also for the regular residents like us, how you identify these bins is actually the brown one. Yeah. It's categorized as the brown one that you have. Food waste. Yeah, food waste, decomposed. Those are the bins that you should put all these in. So we are seeing it in I guess restaurants. Yeah,
I mean, for like the restaurant that are more like environmental friendly, they have started before, but now it's just that like the city passed this law that it has to be mandated.
So it's enforcing more.
Yeah, so otherwise you'll be fined like other trash if you don't separate them. But this, I believe the city will give you a year to get used to it before they start fining you.
Yep.
So everyone start helping our environment.
Yep, that's also to better the future of you know, your kids or you know the next generation that's gonna be here when we're older. Those are the ones that's actually gonna be, you know, affected even more, even though we're gonna be affected when we get older and all that.
Yeah, the ones that are gonna be mainly affected, it's gonna be the next generation for sure. Yeah. So what about you? Like, how would you want to improve our air pollution?
Oh, simple things.
Uh-huh.
Like how everyone's also talking about, the summer drive less. Try to take public transportation,
yeah.
so you don't have that much,
The
gas O2 in the environment while you're driving. I know it's hard because during the summertime, everyone wants to be out and about, traveling via either plane or car. It's hard for people to decide, but as an option, maybe you could take the train to close by states.
Ride a bike, not the electricity bike, just an old-fashioned bike.
Electricity bike actually helps because you're not using gas.
But you're using electricity to, it's still not the best way,
But it is helping a little bit.
Tiny little bit. I know some people, like, they are not eating as much meat as they were before, just to reduce the gases for the environment, so it helps. But yeah, so it's our planet. Everyone needs to contribute, and I think that's pretty much it for our episode for today. Thank God I made it. You made it in full English.
All right, so a little bit different from this episode. I'm just gonna recap a little bit because all our episode we've been recording in Cantonese. Most of it,
because that's just our native language.
Yeah, most of you would say that's our native language, and we're more comfortable in it. It's not like we're not comfortable in English, but to fully have everything recorded in full English, certain words, it's a little bit difficult for
I
to
also
pronounce.
think it's because, like, whenever I'm with someone that I know they speak Cantonese, I feel more comfortable speaking with them in Cantonese.
Got it.
But if I know that you're only like an English speaker, then I will feel more comfortable in speaking English. I don't know, it's just like a mentality.
Yeah. But good thing we're able to finish this episode in English, full English as promised. I hope we didn't get off topic too much. Thank you for viewing Up Anything this episode. It's completely crazy just for us to have everything, because there's times when we were talking, I wanted to speak Cantonese, but then I know,
I feel like I'm very how do you say that word? So, like, very, very strict. Not strict, but like it's not as funny as I want it to be, because it's just like, when I speak English, I just feel like like there's some vocabulary that I don't know that that I can translate in Cantonese, But anyway, so really thank you for watching us in English and bearing with us with my English.
With my English as well. Mine is not as fluent as we all can say sometimes. But let us know in the comments below if you want us to do another part, maybe a part 2 or something, maybe another episode in English. Let us know your thoughts or how we could improve it a little bit, because I know everyone can improve every day. So it only betters us a little bit more. So let us know in the comments. Don't forget to click the like,
subscribe if you like our channel,
and share with everyone. All right.
See, I don't know why I'm doing this and this. When I say it in Cantonese, I'm saying like share, and now I'm doing share. It's like more reserved of me. Anyways, okay. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
What do you think about this episode? This episode was too hard for me. I couldn't even eat the food in here.
I was struggling a bit. I saw you seeing me struggle because I couldn't say something. I just did. I was trying to say some words, but then I was struggling to spit out the word. You know how sometimes it's at the tip of your tongue, and you're just used to speaking Chinese, saying the words out, and I'm like,
OK，咁鬼話，下次都係6分鐘就算。